If you get paid bi-weekly, there's a good chance you felt this before. You look at your income and think, I make decent money, so why does it always feel tight? You're not imagining it, and you're not doing anything wrong. Managing money on a bi-weekly paycheck feels harder than it should. Not because you lack discipline, but because the system around you is built for monthly thinking while your income arrives every 2 weeks. No one really explains how to handle that gap. So today, we're slowing this down. No strict budgets, no spreadsheets you'll quit after a week, no pressure to be perfect. Just a clear, realistic way to manage money when you're paid bi-weekly without stress. Welcome to Money Science AR. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding. Bi-weekly pay is not unpredictable. It's just misaligned with how bills work. Most bills are monthly. Rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, subscriptions, all monthly. But your paycheck doesn't care about the calendar. Some months you get 2 paychecks, some months you get 3. That alone creates confusion. People feel like some months they're behind, some months they're flush, and nothing ever feels consistent. The problem isn't income, it's planning paycheck to paycheck instead of month to month. So here's the first mindset shift that changes everything. You manage bi-weekly income with a monthly plan. Not a payday plan, a monthly plan. Once you do that, bi-weekly pay actually becomes an advantage. Now let's make this practical. First, you need to understand your true monthly income. Most people think, I get paid twice a month. That's not true. Bi-weekly pay means 26 paychecks per year, not 24. Here's the simple math. Take one bi-weekly paycheck, multiply it by 26, then divide by 12. That number is your average monthly income. This step matters more than people realize. Why? Because many people build their lives around 2 paychecks per month, and then the money always feels short. In reality, those 2 extra paychecks each year are part of your income. They just arrive quietly, and if you don't plan for them, they disappear just as quietly. Now let's talk about expenses. You don't need to track every dollar. You don't need categories for everything. You only need clarity, not control. Start by listing your fixed monthly expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, average, phone and internet, insurance, minimum debt payments, subscriptions. These are the bills that show up whether life is calm or not. Next, list flexible monthly expenses: groceries, gas, personal spending, eating out. Again, estimates are fine. Stress comes from trying to be precise too early. Clarity comes from seeing the whole picture. Once you have average monthly income, average monthly expenses, you've already done more than most people. Now let's talk about structure, because structure removes stress. The biggest mistake bi-weekly earners make is tying spending directly to payday. I just got paid so I can spend. That creates a cycle of ups and downs. Instead, we want paychecks feeding a system, not controlling behavior. The simplest system looks like this. Every paycheck does 3 jobs: supports monthly bills, covers everyday spending, contributes to future you. That's it. You're not assigning paychecks to specific bills. You're contributing consistently to the same buckets. This works best when you use a buffer. A buffer is simply money that sits between your paycheck and your bills. It can be a separate checking account or a mental buffer if you're disciplined. Paychecks go into the buffer. Bills get paid from the buffer. This breaks the emotional link between payday and spending. Money becomes calmer. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where people panic. Bi-weekly pay means some bills hit right after payday, some hit right before payday. People feel like they're always catching up. The solution is pre-funding, not juggling. Pre-funding means you gradually build enough buffer so that this month's bills are paid with last month's money. You don't need to do this all at once. You move toward it slowly. Even being half a month ahead reduces stress dramatically. Now let's talk about the extra paycheck months. Twice a year, bi-weekly earners get 3 paychecks in 1 month. These months feel like relief, and that's where people make mistakes. Those paychecks feel like bonus money, so they get spent, but those paychecks are actually stability builders. The smartest uses are emergency fund, getting 1 month ahead, paying down high-stress debt, covering irregular expenses. At Money Science AR, we say this often: extra money only creates freedom if you give it a job. Without a job, it disappears. Now let's talk about irregular expenses, because they hit bi-weekly earners hard. Things like car repairs, medical bills, gifts, annual subscriptions. These are not emergencies, they're uneven expenses. The stress comes from pretending they don't exist. A calm, biweekly plan includes a small monthly amount set aside for these things. That way, when they show up, they don't break the system. Now let's talk about savings. Saving with biweekly pay works best when it's automatic. Small amounts every paycheck, not big amounts once in a while. Saving is not about speed, it's about trust. Trust that you can save without stress. Trust that the system works. Once trust is built, growth follows naturally. Debt needs the same calm approach. Minimum payments are non-negotiable. Extra payments should be strategic, not emotional. Use extra paycheck months, calm months, not stressful months. Debt paid down under pressure creates burnout. Progress should feel steady, not exhausting. Now let's address a common emotional trap. Many biweekly earners feel behind because they compare themselves to people paid monthly or salaried. That comparison is misleading. Biweekly pay actually gives you more frequent feedback, more chances to adjust, more opportunities to save. The advantage only shows up when planning matches the rhythm. Another trap is thinking, I'll fix this once things calm down. Things don't calm down. Money systems reduce stress before life does. That's why clarity matters more than timing. Now let's talk about spending mindset. Your spending should be monthly, not per paycheck. If you give yourself a spending limit per paycheck, you'll overspend early and feel restricted later. Instead, set a monthly spending range. Divide it loosely between paychecks. This removes the payday effect. Money becomes boring, and boring is good. Now let's talk about what success actually looks like with biweekly pay. Success is not perfect tracking, zero stress, never feeling tight. Success is bills feel predictable, savings grow slowly, extra paychecks feel planned, you stop watching the calendar. That's real progress. Managing money biweekly is not about discipline, it's about alignment. When income rhythm and planning rhythm match, money stops feeling chaotic. That's what we aim for at Money Science AR. Not extreme rules, not guilt, just systems that fit real life. If this video helped you feel calmer about biweekly pay, that's a good sign. Because once you understand your pay cycle, you stop fighting it, and money stops feeling unpredictable.